So $100 every 3 months. Answer done wrong. Here we choose begin, and it's made every 3 months, so PY is 4. Compounding is quarterly, so CY will also be 4. The interest rate is 3.79, so we will enter that number in here. Now the present value is what? Well, the present value, you didn't start, so we'll get a 0 in there. Then the 1100 is right there. It's a payment. You can put it in as negative if you wish. And future value is, what is the present account balance? So yes, I think, so 5 years ago. So sorry, we are computing the present value. Yes, this was 5 years ago. All right, so the money was being deposited and the future value, we will put in a 0. Yes, correct. Now that's correct, right? Yes. Okay, so we want to know what it was 5. Sorry, no, I'm incorrect. Yes, the present value is 0. So 5 years ago, the deposit started. So we are computing the future value. Sorry about that. Okay, now we have it correct. Yes, I had it correct in the first place. Okay, so let us go and enter these numbers. So the CY is 4 and so is CY. So we can come out of there. And how many years? Well, it started 5 years ago. So 5, so second and N. And turns out to be 20. Okay, there we are. 3.79 is the interest rate. 3.79, and there we are. Present value is, it would be 0. Okay, 5 years ago. So we have to be careful where we're starting. All right. 1100 is where we have to put that in. So that is a payment. You could put it in positive or negative. It doesn't matter. If you wish, you can put in because you're paying. Now you should really take care of this begin or end. All right. How do we get to the begin mode? So we go second PMT. Above PMT, you see BGN. Okay, as this, you see a BGN here. So that is how we'll get to the begin mode or the BGN mode. So second PMT, and there you see end, but you see step. So set is above enter. So we can activate the set by clicking on second enter. And there we have begin, and begin is displayed in the top right corner. So that is how we get to the begin mode. Now I can exit here and show you, well, now it's set in the begin mode. All right, the default mode is end. And you see no displays in the end mode. So we are ready to do our calculations. I think we've entered our numbers already. So now we can go and compute the future value. Yes. So let's go and compute the future value. And that number hopefully is correct. $24,325.85. Now that is like now, but because the deposit started 5 years ago. Okay, now here we go now. If she stops making deposits immediately, so what does that mean? It means that the payment will be 0, correct? It's a stop the deposits. And also now this future value will now become the present value for the next part of the calculation, right? Good. Stops making deposits, how much will be in the account in 3.5 years from now? Interest rate remains the same, 3.79 compounded quarterly. Now you'll only see the compounding. Why? Because If you remember previously that compound interest, CY and PY are the same. They're equal. Interest rate is now remains at 3.79, so go 3.3.79, right? So now we are computing what? Well, we are computing the future value. Here we go. And that is what's in the account 3.5 years from now. So 3.5, correct? So now we have the future value right there. And that becomes the present value. So why don't we just click on present value and enter the future value? All right. Now PY is still 4, and so is CY. So we are comfortable with that. And we will use the 3.5 years, okay, from now. So that would be 3.5 second n, and n turns out to be 14. IY is the same, 3.79, so we can just go recall IY. There we are. Present value, I think that has already been entered. All right, payment is 0 because there are no more payments. And then we compute the future value. All right, so the answer is 27759.14. Right, let's check our answer first and see if we got it correct. Right, it didn't submit, it's submitted now, and all is correct. Now, you might have been wondering, remember, we did go into this begin mode in this first part. We needed to do it, or else we would have gotten an incorrect answer because there is a payment. Now, I didn't get out of the begin mode, as you can see in this top right corner here, and I got the correct answer for the future value. Why? Well, because the payment is 0. I can go in here now by clicking second PMT, change from begin to end by clicking second, enter. All right, now it's end. Get out of this mode by clicking second CPT. And now if I compute the future value, you see I still get the same number. Now that is because the payment is 0. When there is a payment, it matters, does matter whether you are begin or end mode, right? So please remember that when you are doing your questions. So that brings us to the end of another episode in our exploration of annuities or calculations involving